Hello, hello, hello. My bad. Okay, we had a little technicality going on just now. Did anybody hear my hand shake? My hand shake? Good, brother. We had a little technicality going on right now. You hear me? But it's all good though. We got an open channel today, man. We just talking about the weekend. This past weekend, man. These are some good fights, man. In particular, I ain't have to bring my man out. I ain't have to bring my man right here. I ain't have to bring Inspector Gadget out. I was happy about that. It wasn't no goofy stuff going on. I was so happy about that. Hand applause to that. No goofiness. Inspector Gadget out. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't had to bring my man out today, man. I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that. I'm really, 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 totally happy for that. Truly happy. You understand what I'm saying? So this how this thing gonna go today, man. We just gonna kick it, talk about this fight in particular. You know what I mean? My man, uh, Dev and B Norman, that was the fight of the century. You know what I mean? It should have been the headline if you asked Kid. The old stuff. If you asked me, that should have been a straight headliner, straight up. I'm telling you, the way these fights turned out, some of these joints, I would have switched the order of the fight card for some of these fights. How you feel about that, man? How you feel about since you seen the fight, would you switch the order of the fight card? You know what I mean? It's a good question. Question right here. If you seen the fight, you know, if you saw all fights this weekend, how would you put the fight card order? Would you keep it the same? Keep it the same as David being the headline, or would you make changes? You make changes. Me personally, I'd have made Dev and Brian Norman the headline. I'd have made David Benavidez and Anthony Yard. They came on first. I'd have put Bam and Puma. I'd have put them second, and then I'd have put Mason. So it'd have been David Benavidez and Anthony Yard fighting first. It would have been Mason and Notes fighting second. Bam and Puma would have been fighting third, and Brian Norman and Devin Haney would have been the headline. Because that's basically how this fight went, and it's basically how it went. The build up to the fight, it was more like they was talking about these guys more than anything. You know what I mean? Because this is a real good fight with but I had to bring my. I'm so happy I had to bring my man out. Inspector, you can go back in right now, kid. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to come out. And Goofy, you can chill too. You ain't got to worry about it. But like, comment, and subscribe because we're trying to get some likes up here, some comments. I really want the comments. If you ask me, man, I want the comments. So you can comment me, man. Send me an email and tell me about myself. Curse me out. Do all type of shit. I don't care. We gonna build though. I tell you that much. We gonna get it right at the end of the day. We gonna get it right. That's the whole. That's the whole perspective is to get it right, player. And that's what we had for. We had to get it right. You know what I mean? That's what I tell people, man. This is my model right here. This is my. You see, that's my model right there. Model there, kid. the David Benavidez fight, that basically played out the exact way that everyone knew it was going to play out. So there was no real surprising moments in that fight. I'm talking about at all. You get what I'm saying? Really, at all. It wasn't no surprising moments in the fight with Benavidez because everybody knew exactly how this fight was going to turn out. Like you couldn't fool nobody and tell them this was going to be a different way. It's going to happen the exact same way. Some people got the round wrong, the stoppage round. That's basically the most things that you can get wrong in a fight like that is when is he actually going to stop him? But he's getting stopped because number one is that the guy already be gassing out, so you don't really got to stop him. He gasses out already. Yachty, that's a natural gas out, so you just got to be in it for a minute and he's gonna gas out if he don't get you out of there 4 or 5 rounds. He's already gassing out, man. Everybody talking about this weight class. Yeah, it could be all that. Just get out the weight class. Nobody want to hear that. Just get out the weight class, and that's the end of the weight class issue. That's it. You don't want to fight in that weight class no more because you can't. It's completely simple to do. To be honest with you, it's completely simple to do. This is 100%. But other than that, you know, other than that, it's it's what it is, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. These dudes is not, like I tell people, man. I say, y'all, these a gatekeeper. They look at me looking crazy. They be like, yo, oh, you wrong, man. This and that, man. Y'all, is a gatekeeper. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Y'all people is crazy. This dude ain't doing nothing. He's a gatekeeper. I mean, he's doing something in the sport, but he's a gatekeeper, though, man. Like, keep it a bean. It is what it is. Like, it ain't nothing to argue with that, man. Gatekeeper, gatekeeper. It's cool. It's cool. That's the position that he played because it can't be no other position. That's the position he already played. You know what I mean? You try to stick him in there and do his thing. He get his wins, but when it comes down to talent and levels of this, he's a gatekeeper. Period. Everybody must say, nah, this he got a chance. He got a chance for a title. Every gatekeeper got a chance for a title because they boxing, but they gatekeepers. They the kind of boxers that I'm gonna give you this boxer so you can fight him. And 99 out of 9, you're gonna beat him, but we want to see what the opponent can do with you. Like David Benavidez, fighting Yachty ain't doing nothing for his career. What is fighting Yachty doing for David Benavidez? Nothing. They trying to hold him back. So him fighting Yachty, this is like it's sort of a tune-up for David Benavidez. It's like a tune-up because it's not a fight that's gonna make David Benavidez. It's not a fight gonna make people look at David Benavidez and be like, oh man, you know, they're gonna be like, man, you're supposed to do that to Yachty. That was all. That was a given. That was a given once you signed the contract. I don't think nobody but Yachty people thought that Yachty was gonna win. I'm not saying that nobody thought that he wasn't gonna have a chance to win, but to win, nah, it wasn't too many people saying Yachty gonna win. I don't hear that shit. Not with David Benavidez. I don't hear that real shit. So David Benavidez got to do some shit in order. First of all, you got to steal away in because they not letting them through the door. So you got to come through the window or come through the back door. So somebody go in there and leave the door open or whatever. Because they're not gonna let him in the door. So there's gonna be time with David Benavidez. Either something gonna fall in his lap, like that fight, that real good fight, because somebody else might be trying to fight somebody else, but they probably got to fight David Benavidez in order to fight him. And this could be a upcoming dude, or it could be somebody that's in the game right now. It could be either or. Hopefully, it's somebody either or. Hopefully, it's somebody upcoming that's got a name, and they're using David Benavidez as a gatekeeper to see if he's really that good, because this is what they do in boxing. So then they put David Benavidez to fight some young boy that's just coming up, and he might be knocking motherfuckers out and doing all that stuff. So they trying to see where David Benavidez at to make him lose to make this dude win. They do that, and if David Benavidez beat somebody like that person, then we on the money. Now we on the trajectory to get where we going because now they looking now they got to come beat you. So that's why I say Yachty didn't really do nothing for David Benavidez' resume. Like it don't make his resume look like, oh shit, he got Yachty on there. Now if he had Bivol on there or Benavidez, if he had those people, Benavidez, uh, uh, can't get it. I can't never say his name. But you know, so the one that fought Bivol. See, now that's different. If he get a Canelo on his name, see, that's different because that's the fight that people want, and that's the fight that's going to elevate you. Any of the fights in that area is going to elevate you. Certain fights don't elevate your resume. It could be a damn good fight. Somebody care. It could be a damn good fight. Like, for instance, Sam Noakes and Abdullah Mason, right? It didn't help Abdullah Mason resume in a way where they're like, oh shit, he ready for Tank. Oh, he ready for, Shakur. Oh no, they saying nah, he getting it. He got a belt, he came up, he fought a good opponent, somebody that's on his class and not a cherry pick. You get what I'm saying? He's not one of these, he's not a cherry pick. And he's not just doing it for the fans and things of that nature. So when it comes to things like that, you tend to, it's like Sam Lowe's got to fight somebody now because that was what I call a gatekeeper, a acting gatekeeper. Like on a job, you got the acting director because your director got fired or left, and you got somebody else that's acting as director. You know what I mean? He's not the director; he's acting as a director because until they get another director or another manager or whatever the case is. So sometimes in boxing, I believe that these people fall into acting gatekeepers. Like Benavidez, he can actually be a gatekeeper, or they can treat him as a gatekeeper and place him where he won't grow, but he can help other people grow because whoever he fight, if they was to beat David Benavidez, man, they'd be the man. They would be out any one of them. If they was to beat David Benavidez, they got David Benavidez set up as a gatekeeper. They don't got him labeled as a gatekeeper. They got him in a position as an acting gatekeeper. And you have to look at his career and see it. They holding him back. He's not getting this fight. He can get these fights like David Morrell. You see how Morrell's name is now because he fought David Benavidez. Whether he lost or not, he gave him a damn good fight. And now he's still fighting and he winning. And he getting his name because remember, he was like, what? He wasn't even, 17-0? I can't remember what was his record. Yeah, I know he didn't have that many fights. But anyway, he was young, up and coming, and this is what I mean. They was trying him. They fight him. They not letting him fight Canelo. They got 1,000,005 reasons with Canelo and everybody else. But when it comes down to other people that's not that kind of a name, they keep throwing them at him. They keep throwing them at him and keep throwing them at him. And they do this for a reason because they typically want one of these young dudes to really knock you out. Honestly, if you want to be technical about it, that's what they really want. They really want one of them to knock you out and get you off the game, and then we ain't got to worry about you no more. This ain't me. This is what they do. You know what I mean? And it's right in your face. It'd be like a three-headed monster. You know, this is what's going on. This IV, it's a triangle thing. It's like a three-headed monster chasing you. And you get what I'm saying? This is just how it go, though, man. This is the game. This is the game, y'all. No bullshit. This is the game. This is the game, man. For real, man. This is the game, man. This is real talk. That's why I talk and study boxing. I don't be debating it because you be debating it with people that don't know shit about boxing. And they talking in the narrative. And anybody talking in the narrative, you wasting your time talking to them because they talking in the narrative. They're just gonna be talking to be talking. They're not making no sense because they don't see no sense because they talking narrative. So that's just fact. You know what I mean? That's just fact. This is the way the life go, man. And so I always study, think outside the box, and talk boxing. I don't like to debate it because you can't debate something that you can't control. Boxing is out of control. It's like being in the street, man. It's like I keep telling people this. Boxing is like hustling, man. It's like being in the street. So all that, trying to control it. It's money involved. People got their hand in the pot, and you're gonna get treated like David Benavidez. You're gonna get treated like Boots. You're gonna get treated like Ortiz. If you notice that Ortiz don't have to do nothing. Ain't it funny? I'm telling you, breaking something down here. It's funny. Ortiz don't got to do shit in the box. He ain't got to do nothing. He ain't got to fight, not even win a title. He don't even have to fight for one. And look how they run around with Ortiz. Look how they run around like they move Ortiz around like he got a belt. Like he got a couple of them. Seriously, man. You got to look at it, man. They treat Boots like Boots ain't good or he ain't who he is. And I'm not gonna say Boots is that good or he ain't good, but I know they keep talking about they trick talk. You say the resume or the record. So if you got 35-0, then you ain't fighting nobody. That's why I be telling Boots you gotta fight somebody because they stuck on this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a name up there, one name. That's why Crawford be saying things like, "What you gonna say now? What you gonna say now? I done beat this one. You did that. I done beat Canelo. So what you gonna say now?" Back to this fight with Benavidez. I just believe that Benavidez is gonna have to really, really, really do something outside the box to break that stigma and to break that whatever they got on them. You got to break it, and you got to break it the way I believe Crawford broke things. His way. You got to do it your way. You got to go do some of the impossible, not impossible, but you got to do some of the things that nobody else is willing to do. And all, you know what I mean? And then you don't do things like fuck my fans, and you just cherry pick and all that stuff because you know who you is. But I believe that you just have to do something other than what you're doing now. There's certain fighters that just have to do it. They just have to. Sometimes people say you got to take a lower pay cut to fight somebody because people are always trying to hide behind money. It's a fact. That's what they do. They hide behind the money. Oh, and hiding behind the money is like this, y'all. So in case y'all don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I call hiding behind the money. When people overprice themselves. That's to me is hiding behind the money. I'll fight you for 100 million. Like the twins, the Charlo, give me 10 million. You're not worth 10 million though. Facts, 100%. You're not worth 10 million. We can talk to you blue. If you say the right number, what you worth, you probably will get it. But that 10 million shit, you ain't getting nowhere near that, bro. You ain't nowhere near worth 10 million, bro. For real, for real. You ain't worth 10 million based on your last fight. Fuck, fuck what you're doing. Based on your last, who would give you $10 million? Who? Seriously speaking, who would give you $10 million based on your last fight? Is you crazy? Come on, man. This is what he's saying about these people today, man. They lost, man. You got boxers that don't know shit about boxing. They hide behind this money. They say this dumb. Either they fighting for the money or they hiding behind it. Seriously, either they fighting for the money or I'm taking this fight for the money. I'm getting 40 million. But there's a boxing guard. Y'all play Madden? There's a Madden guard too. There's a 2K guard. There's a undisputed guard. There's a guard that walk around in the street. It's called the universe. But there's a guard for that bullshit that you do. You think it's a game. You can't just be running around here on Madden going for 4 and 25. Yeah, they go. You might get a pick six. Motherfucker, run that back on you. That's the Madden guard. When you do dumb things like that, the Madden guard will straighten you out, and the universe straighten you out. So when these boxers talk that I'm doing it for money, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I want to take this fight. You see Tank, right? Telling you, man, y'all think it's a joke. Don't be playing. You see Tank, right? You was doing this for the money, doing that for the money. The boxing guard came in there because you're supposed to give that boy the rematch. You left that boy sitting there with no fight for a whole year and a half, just disrespecting motherfuckers, not paying them, not letting them get a check. That's all that's about. You don't want to fight because the fight was close. You want to hold your reputation, whatever it is. But you got to rematch him. And then when you do choose to fight, you go fight this dude. And you say you're doing it for the money. You're going to get back to him. So he basically was telling you, I'm not giving you no more money. I'm not even giving you another fight, even though I'm entitled to. I'm going to sit here and just wait it out. So if he took him to court, he should have took him to court. You know why? I don't know why people be beefing about the court thing now, because that's part of boxing. You can't spit on nobody no more. You're going to court. You can't, you see right now, you can't deny a rematch. You're going to court. People act like I'm bugging. This is what they doing today. This is what they doing. You getting sued for everything. Everybody on PDs, niggas getting sued, all type of shit. Boxing is like the street, man. Look at it, man. Motherfuckers is doing everything. Throwing fights, act like they don't want to fight. This man is crazy. It's wild. People can act like it ain't what it is, but it really what it is. So now you come down. That's why I say Benavidez. You got to do something. They talk about Yachty. They say, yo, Yachty still got it. He had the wrong weight class. He's this, he's that, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. All that shit. Get in the right weight class and get what you get out of here. They already fucked his career up, such, such, such. So then what we talking about it for? He's a gatekeeper then. What the fuck is I just said that. Literally just said that. He's a gatekeeper. No matter how you look at it, he's a gatekeeper. They ain't gonna do nothing with him, but they're gonna sit him right there to make him some money because they can still put him up with somebody with a name because his name is Yachty. They can still promote him. They can still sell him. He's never been a good product. He's never been a faulty product. He's just been a standard product that, is standard. It's standard. It's like eggs. You know what I'm saying? It's just like having a regular egg. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to do something to the egg, you got to know what you're doing. You want to scramble it, you want to boil your egg, all that's just act. But Yachty's just the boxer. They're not looking for him to get no no belt. They're not going to push him to get no belt. He might not never fight for a belt. Somebody might fight him to fight somebody else for a belt. If they had a belt and they wanted to fight like Canelo, they might fight Yachty, you know what I mean, and then fight Canelo for the belt. But Yachty can't pick no fights to nobody about no goddamn belts or nothing in that nature at all, whatsoever. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I mean about that, man. So that one there, that one there is that's kind of wild to me, man. But Benavidez supposed to win that fight, and everybody in the world know that. So it wasn't no major ooh wow moment for me. Not for me. As long as I ain't got to bring this guy out, we all good, player. We all good. As long as I got to bring my man out, we all good. And I can stick my man on a lot of people because they be bugging. Now, we going down to the next joint. Is this joint here? Is the fire. You hear me? This one here. This Devin Haney and Brian Norman. This could be, in my eyes, not the best fight as in action. Like as an action, like in there. I ain't saying the better. I seen better brawls. Player. However, to me, this is one of the best fights of the year because of the push up, the runner up, the media, just everything about this fight made it exactly good. I'm talking about from the runner up to the fight with the Haneys off with the Normans, with the beefing, with the size change, and with the Norman coming up. Haney coming up, and Norman already sitting here with a belt he earned. You know what I mean? And this was just good all around the board because it was a clear power versus skills. There's no debate in this. There was no debate in this. This is a clear out fight that I think this is the only fight. If you had to pick a, a no contest, if you had to pick, if somebody bet you and you had to not bet on one fight, but you had to bet on the other three, or about a win or lose for $100, this is the fight here. I probably wouldn't have even bet. I would have left this one alone. I would have bet on Benavidez. I would have bet on Sam, and I would have bet on Bam. But even though I went with Puma, but I did that just because I like to go with the underdog sometime in the fight. And I really thought if Bam would win, but I wanted to go with Puma because I feel like sometimes I do that. I just go with the underdog, like the one that's not supposed to win. I wasn't doing it with Yachty though because that's a clear out loss. If you know boxing, that's a clear out loss. There's no hope in that. The only hope that was in Yachty and Benavidez is the boxer's chance, which it just take one punch. That's the only hope in that fight with Benavidez. Other than that, Yachty's losing that fight. They could have fought for 4 rounds. He was losing that fight no matter what happened. But this is the fight that I wouldn't have called because I wouldn't have called this fight. I went with Dad. I'm talking about people's. I'm going with Brian like 2 days before it, and I said, "Nah, I'm going back with Dad." But I always like a flip flop. But I only went with Brian because I like his media presence. Like I told you, I like the underdog, and I know that Brian was the underdog. They can talk that shit all day long. I know Dev was going to smoke this boy. Dev is way too talented, man. He's been in there with the best, man, and you just can't take that from him. People try to take things from people just to get off what they want to say. That's wow. That's crazy. You would take people attributes. You really take them from them just for you to be right about what you want to say. The man, y'all say he got feather fingers, feather fists. Shakur got feather fingers, feather fists. They can't hit. Y'all have to remember these people have zeros on a record. And here goes, I guarantee right now, if somebody listening right now, I can say what the haters saying right now. You ain't done Ryan Garcia, he beat him. Ryan Garcia was on PEDs, y'all. This is why I know that you're crazy. This is why I know that you're just, I can't say stupid because a stupid person won't say that. A stupid person wouldn't even say that. You're not stupid at all because a stupid person won't say that. A dumb person won't say that. Somebody stupid or dumb will tell you actually what PTDs will actually do. You have to be a little bit intelligent to say it don't do nothing. Because you got to answer that shit and you know that. You just can't tell somebody PEDs don't do nothing and you think it's like that. You got to explain it. And somebody that's intelligent will try to do what y'all doing. Y'all will be like, it don't mean nothing. That's what an intelligent person say. So don't act like you're stupid. Because you're not. You're not. You just a bot. You just somebody that loves men. I don't know. You don't love the sport. You like one of those sport people that love the actual person. Like you love the person, like the clothes he got on, the chains they wear. You love everything they say. That's you. But for you to say PEDs don't change nothing, then why is it an issue? I mean, seriously, if they say guns don't hurt people and they illegal, why do you get locked up when you got a gun on you? If it don't mean nothing, facts. I'm just seriously, it don't mean nothing. When you get sick and you got a cold, you don't take nothing for it because it don't mean nothing, right? Y'all crazy. Y'all just be talking to be talking. I don't understand that. PEDs do mean something in drugs, in sports, especially contact sports. It actually means something in cycling. Anything that you're doing that gets standing them to win. Anything that you're doing, you could be playing jousting. You could be doing the what is that shit with the stick that you run and you put it on the ground and you push yourself up and jump over. You could be doing that. PEDs will help you. You could be running track. PEDs will help you. You could be swimming. PEDs will help you. You could be on the baseball team. PEDs will help you. That is called performance enhancing drugs. Okay? So if you don't understand what PED is, go look up performance enhancement drugs. And then you can understand what the S is just the S. Then you'll understand what PEDs is. So you ain't got to understand what the PED is. Go look up the whole thing and tell me, would you want to go and challenge somebody that had that in them and you didn't have it in you? And you doing something like boxing, a sport that you can die in without PEDs. You can just get your head beat up without PEDs. So gotta understand something. That wasn't a win. That was a loss. That's why Dev said my record is 0 because I took him to court because he cheated me in a professional legal sport where he could have killed me. And he got off on me. You can't even deny the performance. I mean, you can deny the performance all day, but you can't rate it because it was involved with PEDs. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these is facts. I mean, hand clap for the PEDs. So whenever somebody do something like that with PEDs, that's an intentional thing. People tell you, I didn't know I took it. I didn't know this. I did it by mistake. I did this. I did that. It's all fine and dandy. It's in your system. And it's not right and it's not good. And there's no explanations behind it. I believe that it should not have B samples. If you get an A sample, you are guilty. Fix it. Get it right. You can't walk down the street with a gun and the police see it and it's not issued or not licensed to you and all that, and they just let you go. No, they don't care if it's your gun and you didn't mean to bring it outside. You forgot that you had it. None of that matters. What matters is that you got a gun on you and it's not licensed to you and it's illegal in the state of New York. That's just what matters, and that's all they care about. So the rest of that shit is about nothing. So if anybody taught me about PEDs and start going left with it, I'm done with you. It's over. I ain't got nothing to say with you about no PEDs at all. I have not one thing to say to you. If you want a PED and you inside a contact sport, that's it. It's over. So, that's why I say what Dev did was really, really, really impressive. You ain't got to give him his props. He don't care. Because y'all don't like Dev because y'all think that he a bad boxer. Y'all don't like Dev because y'all think that this and that. Y'all don't like Dev for that money. Dev positions himself correct as a boxer. And after that, he's still kicking people asses. And he getting accolades. He's not just fighting. He just don't got 33 fights. He got people on that resume. And on top of the people, he got accolade for these fights. I be telling people this. Some people fight to fight. Some people fight with legacy. They pick certain fights and they win. And it's part of their legacy, no matter who want to break it up. Because the same thing you say for the goose, you say for the gander. You say that this person ain't got nobody on his resume, opposed to this person, which is your favorite fighter, and you just make everybody on his resume good. That's just what people do. It doesn't matter. Any fighter get in that ring. Well, listen, like they say, these fighters ain't nobody. So if you fighting for a title, it ain't your fault that somebody else gave this person a title and he wasn't worth it because I come kick his ass. Oh, he ain't worth no title. Well, somebody gave it to him. Somebody gave it. There's only one motherfucker around here getting the email belts. That's Boots. But everybody else, I mean, email and I know a couple of people get belts passed down. That's a joke. But I'm saying, like, he got a belt. He didn't go to the store and buy it. He didn't swindle it. Somebody. So you can't say somebody with a belt is a bum. You just can't say it. You can say it if you're just talking, casually. Man, he's a bum, man. If you compare him to the other people with the belts, that's fair. I can call you a bum, comparing you to the other people with the belts. I can say you like Barrios. I can say that you're the weakest link of the champions. That's fair. I'm not saying that somebody that don't got a belt is better than you, or somebody else don't got might be better than you. But I can't call him a champion because you got the belt in the same class where he's at. So if he felt that way, you would have had a belt. You get it? If you felt that way, you would have had a belt. That's just facts. 100% fact. So if he get here and beat like Boots beat Lima for the belt, I say Lima was trash. I say Lima was a tune up fight for Boots. I don't know Lima. I didn't know nothing about Lima. He got a belt from somewhere though, somewhere in Africa or wherever he went and got this belt at. He had a belt. How he got it? Don't ask me because people act like you only get the belts on, downtown on 25th. Like it's only one place for these belts. It's full associations, it's full associated bodies in boxing that don't communicate with each other. One don't care what you're doing, the other one. The IBF don't give a fuck what you're doing to WBO. They don't care. That don't matter what you're saying. They don't even sometimes they even let they fighters fight. So just like being in the street, you can't get this is everywhere. This is all the conversations, all people conversing about why they can't get fights because this, he with them, he over here, he across the street. It's facts. It's just the way it goes. I understand it. I know it's bullshit because I was around when it wasn't like this. It wasn't out in the open like this. It's always but not like out in the open like that. The way they do today is disrespectful. They just disrespectful. They don't give you the fights. They tell you some bullshit like this fighter. It's just in your face though. You got fighters taking knees now on TV, and it's that didn't happen. It just didn't happen. No points deducted. Nothing. It's not even fixed up later on. Like we did a mistake with this, and you fix it up. Nothing. You have to take these people to court now. If I was Lamont Roach, I would have took Tank to court for that fight. I'd have said, y'all got to take that. Y'all got to. If it's a draw, if I go to court and win, I win. Y'all got to count that. There's no way in the world. I wasn't just. So you telling me I was down that much that stop playing. Real rap though. Those are things that you would do today and go to court and win because a lot of these people do court things. They do a lot of little girl things that you decide to go to court. If I put my hand on you, I'm gonna be in court. You understand what I mean? Because you're gonna sue me. Facts. So a lot of these people need to be like that, man. So Deb, you get all the props in the world, bro. Straight up. You get all the props in the world, my G, because you definitely did that. You know, you definitely did what they said you wasn't going to do. You did it in a fashion that you told them, I'm going to show you something. Everybody thought you was playing. I knew you was cooking. I said, man, Dev over there cooking, yo. Dev is like, when Dev about to have a fight, he's like a CIA agent. Y'all don't know what these people doing. You don't know what the Haynes is doing. I don't know what they be cooking them over there, but I'm going to tell you something. When they come out the kitchen, they win. That food is good. They win. You can say he run. You can say what you want to say. I tell you one day, he undisputed. And he just grabbed another title. That's what you need to be worrying about. You need to how to pick this lock because, like I tell you, nobody cracked Dev safe yet. You cannot say Ryan, so stop saying that because he was on PEDs. And it proved when Dev fought his next fight, he won. Ryan lost his because he had the microscope on him, so he can't be on the PEDs. You see how calm he was in the media, opposed to he was with Dev. That motherfucker couldn't sit down. He was juiced up, kid. When I say juiced up, that boy was juiced up, kid. Whoo wee, boy, that juice, boy, that juice get you loose, kid. That juice will get you loose. Facts. Juice will get you loose, kid. So, that was a goodie, man. That's my guy there, man. That's my guy. That's my guy. My guy did his thing, man. My guy did his goddamn stuff. Tizzle out there. You got Abdullah. You got Abdullah coming up. Abdullah and Sam. That was a boy. That's another fight that nobody thought about. Everybody act like that fight was gonna be. I told you, that boy. I looked up Sam notes because I didn't know him, but I looked him up and I said, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be a goodie here, boy." Ooh, 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 ooh. I watched a couple of his fights. I'm like, "Oh yes, sir. We're about to get a good one." And Abdullah stood ground. Abdullah stood ground, kid. Abdullah stood ground. Facts. He stood ground and fought people like, yo, you should have did this. No, Abdullah did exactly what he needed to do to win. Because in fighting, these people is still growing. Abdullah is still growing. You're gonna always see something different come out of this dude. It's just 100%. You're gonna always see something different come out of him because he's still growing. So you're never gonna see Abdullah at his best yet. It's not gonna happen because he's still growing. He might come out next time fighting. He's sharpening up, honing up all the skills that he got, so he can start working with them into one package. But he's still growing, so you're gonna always see something different in Abdullah Mason because he's still growing. That's the whole thing. The man is still growing. You know what I mean? And that's that. He's just still growing, and you're gonna see different things in him when he come out. And I've seen it just now. Like you see, he could take a punch better. They say he get hit too much. Okay, cool. That might be the case. That's why he's growing. He's gonna fix that. But you see now, he took a lot of good punches and he didn't drop. He didn't fall to off or fall. So with that said, it's like they still growing. You guys is growing, man. Like Abdullah is still growing. He's not even in his natural weight class yet. We don't know what weight class he's gonna sit in. He might sit at 147. That might be his natural weight class when he get older because he's still growing. So his body is not at his full, body yet. It's not there yet. It's still on its way. He type of motherfucker that he might blow up. He might go up 30 pounds, 20 pounds next year. You never know because it's still growing. Once your body grow, you can't like ungrow your body. You got to grow with your body and do things that'll help with your body. You can't give your body nothing that is not aware of. You know that. That's a fact. You just can't. That's why you try to take supplements to get bigger. In the beginning, your body be going through some shit. You be messed up. The head be messed up because you're doing something to go against nature. It's making you this way. You know what I mean? Like it's like doing a drug. Like you're doing a drug to come down or be up, but you going against nature. So that's why you need some kind of supplement to alter your thinking and alter your body to grow. That's why drugs will stop functions in your body if you continue doing them. That's why people get skinny. You know what I'm saying? Some people get skinny. Some people get fat using drugs. Everybody don't get skinny. Some people get bigger. That's why sometimes you see a big person, you say they on drugs, they smoke crack. You're like, they don't smoke no crack. That motherfucker like 400 pounds. Yeah, but he probably was skinny when he started smoking. I don't know, but your body functions is funny. And so down to that Sam Nose fight and that Abdullah Mason was really really a good fight. I'm so happy that Sam pulled it out. He got him a belt, and he on a trajectory start of his path. You know what I mean? Now he's a target because a belt is on the front of you, but it's a target on your back. You know, you got the belt shining in the front, but they on your back. People on your back from he getting the belt. There's some people out there saying, I can beat Sam. I can beat Sam. I mean, I can beat Abdullah. And now they want to fight Abdullah because it comes with hardware. You know, if you beat him, you get a belt. That's hardware. It comes with hardware. So that's a good thing about boxing. You know what I mean? When these things, that's why I say certain fights, the Anthony Yarde and Benavidez, it wasn't really, we know Benavidez was winning, so y'all wasn't leaving with nothing. You know what I mean? And Devin Haney and them was fighting for a belt. I mean, Sam and them was fighting for a vacant belt. You get what I'm saying? Devin Haney was fighting for Brian Norman belt. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I see these two fights. And then Bam and Martinez, I don't know if a belt was on the line. Yeah, I think a belt was on the line. And that's why these fights was really, really good. That Bam and Martinez fight was real good though. I ain't gonna hold you. Even though I don't really watch the lower weights, but they was doing their thing. I think like I said, uh I think that if Puma would have chilled out and got into his fight, because I seen him fight a couple of times, he could have been the best fight. But I'll be honest with you, I really, really, really like the way Bam fight, like his fighting style. I really like his demeanor and his fighting style. I really do. He fight like a black dude, if you ask me. Um, like he don't fight like a pure Mexican, how they just sit there and take a bunch of punches and all that stuff. Bam fight a little different to me. I love his fighting style. I realized that Puma was gonna lose because when I looked at a couple of his fights and I looked at a couple of Bam fights, I just know one thing that Bam was he was subjected for that straight right hand or straight left hand. He get hit by that by when I see how Puma was throwing his jab to his I don't know his other opponent's name, so I was watching not the whole fight, like highlights and stuff like that. But I don't know. I seen a lot of the fight though, but I don't know. I can't remember the names. But I do believe that Puma, if he would have calmed down, he could have once he let Bam get in his rhythm. Because I seen Bam fight, and I say, man, this boy is nice. Once he got in his rhythm, it's hard to get the people out of their rhythm. You know, Puma tried to beat it out of him and rush him, and that wasn't you. That don't work on skilled fighters. And I tell fighters that all the time. All that aggression shit, it don't work on skilled fighters, not athletic fighters. Skilled fighters, it don't work on them. If you do that to a skilled fighter, you making the fight easier for the skilled person. If the person with the skills don't have to figure you out, you making the fight extremely easy because he has skills. You can't flash nothing in his face because he has skills. He'll change all that shit up. If you put it out there and he got so many skills, he's gonna set you in traps. I be telling you the difference with athleticism. You can't set a trap being athletic. You can just move around to set the trap. But the skills and the time and the position, that pay the bills. That's what game is. That's why you could be in the ring with somebody moving around mad fast. You could be a slow boxer. But as long as you got skills, you'll beat him. He can run around here all day long. Seriously. I'll give you an example. Remember in the Avengers when Thanos was there and Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange was doing a million people, the magic shit, and he didn't know which one was the real one. And you notice how he stopped. If you watch it again, you'll see Thanos stop and study them and look. And he said, okay, I got you. And Strange tried it again, and because he just watched, he got skills. That's what skills is. You'll watch him and be like, oh, okay, I got you. Like somebody playing basketball and somebody in there doing work. Your shooting guard can't guard this dude. He can score, but he can't guard him. You know what I mean? Dude baking him. Like it's like point for point. So it's useless. So you got somebody who's a defensive specialist. He's not good though. He can't score, but he'll lock his ass down because he got skills to lock him down. So you'll throw him in there, aggravate him for a little while, and throw your shooting guard back in there, or put the shooting guard at 3 if he was the main player, and have him guard him. You won't put your shooting guard back because it's costing him too much energy trying to guard him. He can't guard him. He getting fouls. You got to save that. You got to put somebody in there with enough skills to do the job. That's just a fact. It's just the way it goes. That's why you got subs going out. But that's why boxing is so important because there's no subs in boxing. There's no chilling out. There's no walking to your judge, your coach, and asking to tell. There's none of that. You got 1 minute in between three for 12 rounds. So you got 12 minutes to do all your explaining you want to do in 1 minute interludes. You know what I mean? Or that's it. There's no other thing in boxing. You in it by yourself. Once you get in the ring, it's not one person can say anything to you. It's so bad you can't even turn your back to your opponent because they consider that a give up. They consider you giving up and they stop the fight. That's how bad it is. So it's bad out here. So those is the fights that I like. I love this fight card this weekend, man. This fight card was really a good fight card, and I really, really, really enjoyed myself this weekend with this fight card. For real, for real. I'm talking about the fighters that was there, and every one of them gave us a good fight. Every one of them gave us the fight that we predicted. We might have got some of the people wrong who would win and who would lose. We probably got details wrong about what round, if it's going to be a stoppage, such and such. But all these fights went the way they was predicted. The only fight, everybody thought Benavidez was going to win. Everybody thought Mason was going to win. Everybody thought Bam was going to win. But the Devin Haney and Brian Norman, that was the only fight, and that's what made it so good. Because we can call all these other fights, but we can't call this fight. And then when Devin Haney come in there and drop him in the second round, I said it's going to be lit. Because he's doing the unbelievable, the unthinkable. He's doing what you thought that he just can't do, period. Not that he's not doing it. Y'all don't think he has the capabilities and skills to actually do it. For real, y'all count the boy out, and he dropped him. Straight hand, no lucky, nothing. Straight skills, dropped that boy. Wop, wop, wop. And Dev was so fucking hyped when he dropped him, he couldn't finish him off. Because, Dev went over there and did some crawfish shit and just keep looking at him. And when he opened up, my God, and they all going to be sit-down punches. The ref would have stopped it. But Dev kept swinging, and it wasn't missing. It wasn't hitting. So it don't look like it should be stopped. That's the whole key. It don't look like it should be stopped. You get what I'm saying? So if Dev made it look like it, De La Hoya used to do that. He used to get you in the corner and throw 50 punches at you, and the ref would think you're not swinging, and then stop the fight. Because you can't swing if somebody keeps swinging at you and you respect the punches, and he's throwing them. Blah, 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 blah. The ref is behind you. He think that, oh shit, you out. That's why when people stop, they look at the ref like, yo, what are you doing? And he look like, yo, no, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. But in boxing, if the ref say the fight is off, me personally, I've never seen a ref stop a fight and then let it start back. Maybe I'm slow or wrong, but I don't think I've never seen that. Like the ref stop the fight and tell you, whatever it is, don't do this, and then you turn around and do the same shit. But anyway, that's how I see it, man. And I got my little boxing game, right? Check my little joint out right here, y'all. Check it out, check it out, check it out. You see this shit? Check it out, check it out, check it out. Made a little boxing game, you know what I mean? It's a little game. It's not live. It's little slides. See my man knocked out over here. Yeah, girls boxing. So this how we do. This is how you play the game. These the players. We got Sam Abdullah, Devin, and Brian Norman. You know what I mean? These is the game. This is how we gonna do this. From the O's to 40. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me. Hand clap for the good brother. And so you pick your player, then we go to the next game. Now that's how to play. Got 3 different types of games. And you answer the questions, the multiple choice, and then it's gonna be a true or false. So that's what we do. Okay, answer the question. Should boxers who retire be allowed to come back after 5 years of retirement? Put the answer in the comments, please. You know what I mean? What y'all think about that? Should the boxers be able to come back after 5 years of retirement? Should they be able to come back in the game get title fights and all type of things like this guy over here. That's why my man is out here. You see, whenever you see Inspecto, there is something funny going on. You ain't clap my man Inspecto. Let him know. Don't let him start throwing those shots. But anyway, what you think about that? Put an answer in the comments. Next one. Should PEDs in contact sports be a crime? Which asks, if you get caught with PEDs, should you have to go to court because it's an illegal substance, and you should go to drug classes if you get caught with PEDs, because there must be something wrong with your mind if you think that you should treat somebody to beat them in a contact sport. You know what I mean? I don't like it in wrestling. I mean, I don't like PEDs in track race. I don't like it in nothing. It's not part of sports. Period. It's not part of sports. Anybody involved with it, yo, POS, you're a piece of shit because it's not part of sports. It's a cheat. Who has the best chance to be undisputed at 147, y'all? Who? Brian Norman Jr., Stanionis, Karen, or Devin Haney? Put the answer in the comment. I'm gonna hear this one. My answer is Devin. Somebody told me yesterday, Devin and Karen. I don't know if he could beat Karen. Devin gonna kick Karen's ass. I'm telling you, gonna kick his ass. Devin gonna beat all these dudes right here. All these dudes right here that I just named, he can beat them. He can beat Staniotis. He could beat his ass too. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me in the comments what y'all think. Let me know, man. Let me know what y'all think. Who got the best chance to be undisputed at 147? I say Devin Haney. All right. Who is the oldest? Who is the older brother of the Mason brothers? Is it Abraham, Amir? What's that? Ado, and I can't get this name. The top one. Which one is the oldest, y'all? You gotta put that answer in the comment, please, good brother. Boxing will be better if it was just one belt in each division. True or false, y'all? What y'all think about that? Will boxing be better if it was just one belt for each division? Put the answer in the comments. Do you believe there are machines behind most fighters? True or false? I mean, such as like Tank, Canelo, Errol Spence, who else? Bam. But anyway, you get the question. These people got machines behind them. Do you think it's true or false? Or these fights and boxes is all doing this just the way it go and nobody controlling it? Put the answer in the comment section, man. One time for the good brother. And we win. Everybody wins this game. Because this game is about educational purposes. This is not about stupid or dumb. This game is about everybody to learn. You know what I mean? This is the game. You know what I am on. Y'all know what I'm on. This is the game. Everybody is to learn. Stop scaring your phone on the top side over there and get it right. You heard me? And thank you for enjoying the game. You know what I mean? Signing out this joint. You gonna get it up out of here. My man Inspecto, he just got to be there, man. Inspecto got to be there, kid. And you see my little character here for my game, ready or not, player. So are you ready or not? You know what I mean? Ain't no fun when the motherfucking rabbit got the goddamn gun. You heard me? Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. 100% facts. Ready or not, kid, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. I can tell you that for sure, though. I can tell you that 100% facts. Boy, times is different when the rabbit got the gun, player. But back to boxing, y'all. We gonna get it right. Get back live again. Get me some likes and some comments. And some people up here, man. You know what I mean? Don't even worry about Merry Christmas, my peoples. You know, we walking with the nightmares, and you don't get nothing hard at all. Catch me if you can, player. 'Cause that's what these boxers doing. They running on these skateboards and getting up out of here. You heard me? They hoes. That's what they do today, man. That's just the boxing society. Now, these are my people. This how we chill. You understand? That's right. It's crazy out here, y'all. It's crazy. We gonna get it right though. We gonna get it right, man. Peace. Like, comment, subscribe, and share the video, man. You know, listen to it, share it, and put some comments in there, man. You know what I mean? I'm a comic kind of guy. I like to answer, you know, I like to answer things, man, and see what's going on in the world, man. You know what I mean? You see what's going on in the world, man. That's how we do, kids. See what's going on in this big ass world we live in. You heard me? The thing they call society. The thing these people call society, kid, is where we at, player. It's where we at. Peace. Like, comment, subscribe.
You're not like me. How'd you see that? First time I met you, I said to myself, this young man can do anything he wants. That's the biggest curse a man can have. A curse? I have no choice. I do what I am. But you could do anything. You could be anything.